This is Bob, and today he's building an entire city starting from just $1. Just like a Tycoon game, each time he buys a business, it increases how much money he makes every single second. And that means he can buy new businesses and make a flourishing city with the ultimate goal of buying the $1 million plot. So let's do this. This is an empty city district that doesn't have a name yet, but you know what it does have? Opportunity. You see, after the destruction of LEGO City, Bob was left homeless, his wealth destroyed, his friends and family still alive, but they had to relocate due to the failing economy. So Bob's idea was to bring the economy back. And to do that, he'll need to buy 10 different businesses to turn this empty city district into a flourishing tycoon. We last saw Bob moving into the presidential tower, but due to the failing economy and a shortage of pilots, there was sort of an accident. Which means Bob's homeless again. But he still has his cell phone. So he called up his best friend Chad, who's been off-grid, and he rocked up with an extra tent and his first business idea, a hot dog costume, and a broken cart he found on the side of the road. So Bob paid him the $1 that he still had left, and he got to work on building a hot dog stand. Fortunately, this worked just like a tycoon simulator because Bob got his first customer, despite being in an abandoned city lot with no inventory in front of a plane crash. $1. All right, Bob's already broken even on his investment, and here comes more customers. His business was hot, earning about $1 per second, but the customers started to get thirsty. So he called up his friend Pablo to bring him some ingredients for the next business, a smoothie stand. He had Pablo set up this cute little stand with a blender, some fresh fruits, and a bunch of smoothies ready to sell. For the sign, I built a big pineapple to let everyone know that this is where you can get tropical smoothies. And this business earns $5 a second, which sounds great, but the next business is gonna cost $2,500. So while Bob and Pablo keep on working, let's get this awful looking plane wreckage out of the way and improve the appearance of our business tycoon. Okay, now I think we're ready for our next purchase, and it's gonna be a car wash. I went out and bought this LEGO City car wash set because it has the perfect elements for this build. In other words, I needed the parts. I placed down this road plate that pulls the cars through the wash, and then I built a small office for the car wash attendant. I added windows because this is a cool car wash with lights, and then I grabbed those bristly pieces and slapped those together. This long one cleans the top of the cars, and these smaller ones get the sides and the tires of the car nice and clean. Then I grabbed these round pieces in the propeller to make the big blowers to dry off the cars. I also grabbed the car wash sign from the LEGO set, which looks like it's covered in suds. And then I placed this big tube on top, mostly for looks, because remember, this is a cool car wash with lights. And this cool car wash is gonna rack us up an additional $15 a second, and we get to hire another employee. Let's welcome in Mike to the team. They were absolutely serving this crowd, making loads of money, but then one hungry customer requested pizza, which means we're gonna need to buy another plot of land. And this one, oh boy, is gonna cost $7,500. But first, we gotta get that tree out of the way. Hey, thanks, Ronnie. Looks like we already have our next employee. So let's build him a pizza parlor. I grabbed some mason bricks to give this a classic brick exterior and covered the floor with white and black checkered tiles. I placed in a fire brick oven with a pizza paddle, a place to roll out the pizza dough, and a serving counter with toppings. I put Ronnie to work on the inside and placed the pizza sign outside to let everyone know that we're open for business. People were super excited to try out this legendary pepperoni pizza, and this added $30 a second to our money counter, which means we're well on our way to building up this town. And by the way, we still need to give it a name. I think we'll call it Tycoon Town. And one thing that every town needs to make it an official town is a a gas station. And this next plot costs twice as much as the last one. So Bob got his stacks of money around and made the purchase. You'll notice that there's only 3 other plots of land available for sale, and that's because some of our later businesses are so big that they have multiple stories. So try to guess what we'll build next. That is, after we get this gas station going. First up, we need road plates for the cars to drive on. Next, we need the fueling station. So I built that using some pillars, some plates, and some blue bricks to make a nice border on the roof. Then I made these little red gas pumps and placed them down. Gas stations are also a great place to get some snacks for the road, so I built this small convenience store with some snacks on this shelf and some donuts in the window to really attract people to come inside. I also placed a cash register for our next employee to work at, so let's welcome in Chucky. This little gas station is small but mighty, adding $50 a second for a grand total of over $100 a second. I wish it worked like this in real life. But let's get strategic. Since we want to maximize profit earning potential. This is a tycoon simulation after all. Let's place the car wash in this corner so that customers will go straight through the gas station to getting a car wash. Let's also move the smoothie stand by the gas station, since you can also take that to go. Now, with the pizza parlor in the middle, I think we're ready to tackle this next spot over here, which costs $30,000. Let's build a corner cafe, which will act as Tycoon Town's main coffee shop, bakery, and place to get breakfast. This brick-built cafe needs to feel cozy and welcoming, so I added in a brick chimney on the side of the building, and I used lots of mason bricks for the rest, making sure to add in some natural light with the windows. For the interior, I placed earthy furniture like these comfy green seats. There's a variety of pastries to choose from on the counter, cookies, coffee, and this cool espresso maker that I made using 2 minifigure hands. I added in the coffee bar, and to get things going, let's welcome our new employee, Cleo. This new business is bringing a latte customers in. In fact, this place earns $100 a second on its own, which means we just doubled the value of the entire Tycoon with one business. And it only goes up from here, because we still have 4 more businesses to purchase. But this next plot is going to cost $75,000. And it's going to be 3 stories tall, because additional businesses can move into the higher floors. And I wonder if you guessed what we're going to build next, because this town needs a place to buy groceries. So Bob made the purchase for this next plot of land, and I got busy building up the walls, glass doors, and windows, because this is pretty much what my local grocery store looks like. For the interior of this space, I filled out some shelves, and then I added a fresh organic produce section with sourdough breads, fresh non-GMO fruits, and a basket full of locally sourced veggies. This is the cash register where people can place their groceries onto the conveyor belt to check out. Which reminds me, we need a cashier. Just then, Bob's younger sister Sky walked into the store, so we gave her the job. Hopefully she doesn't call in sick though. I mean, she is Gen Z after all. This business adds $250 a second, which actually feels like real life, because have you seen the prices of groceries lately? It only makes sense though to build on the business, quite literally, because the second floor of this grocery store is getting upgraded to a mall with a movie theater. This second floor is going to cost $200,000, but selling movie tickets and concessions does bring in $750 a second. So I added this concession stand. For the theater, I made a platform so that people can actually see the screen instead of the back of people's heads. I placed in a few more seats for people who don't reserve tickets in advance, and then I hired this kid who's never played a sport in his life. Meet Carl, our new movie usher. Hi. And he's welcoming in our first customers to watch the LEGO movie. And while they buy overpriced popcorn and add money to our pot, enjoy the lovely services that we've provided, it's time to consider higher-end luxury goods to really price gouge. For the 3rd floor, we're keeping it cost-effective by blowing a massive $600,000 to build a luxury mall. I placed in this mannequin, a variety of cleanly pressed shirts and pants, perfumes and colognes, and some expensive watches. On the other side, I've added in brand new smartphones, computers, tablets, and even some kitchen appliances that you probably don't need. To work this store, I've got Julie, ready to style our next customer out of their home mortgage and into a $10,000 outfit. And that's gonna generate $2,500 a second, putting us one step closer to our final goal of purchasing the $1 million lot. And of course, bringing back a flourishing economy. So let's do just that, because we have made a literal truckload of money, meaning that it's time to build a hotel. Just like in Monopoly, a hotel is the largest establishment to increase profits, and this hotel is no exception. Inside the lobby, we have the concierge and a fully decked out weight room with equipment and a pool. Table. There wasn't quite room for a swimming pool. So let's build out the first room. Here we have our 2 queen bed suite with a walkout patio. I added 2 luxurious yet modest beds and a chest and drawers. The next floor features a modern theme that actually has a bathroom this time. There's a king-size bed and a desk and chair for all those traveling workers. The top level is the master suite that sort of has that record label penthouse feel with a massive couch and entertainment center. And for the rooftop, I added a hot tub and a sound system for maximum vibes up here, but it still seemed like it was missing something. Palm trees! Now it's a vacation. And to run this place, we have our sophisticated Sophia to take care of reservations, and she's already got all the rooms booked.
I like my suitcase.
And it looks like some of those guests are actually Bob's parents, Richie and Daisy, which means we not only completed all 10 businesses and brought back a booming economy, but we also brought Bob's family back into town, which is awesome. But it gets better, because each employee from each store gets to take part ownership of the business and create the official name. So Pablo gets the Juicy Stud, Mike's Car Wash, Pepperoni's, Chucky's, not at all inspired by Bucky's. I mean, look at this guy. You really think it could be a normal name? Cleo went ahead with her full name, Cleopatra's Bakery, and oh, hey Sky, what do you want to name the grocery store?
Like Whole Foods?
Yeah, Sky, that's already taken.
Okay, Brick Foods then.
Oh, but those aren't even the store colors.
Yeah, but they're my favorite colors.
Yeah, okay. Then for the theater, we got Cinebricks. Hey, that's clever, Carl. Did you get that name from ChatGPT?
Yeah, I did. How'd you know?
And Julie, the master marketer, with Stud Lux, because no one reads the fine print. So that's fitting. And lastly, we have Sophia with the Studs and Suites Hotel. And somehow adding in those signs just really brings this place to life. So be sure to let me know what your favorite business was, and if you want to see more videos like this. Oh, and make sure you hit the like button, because the video's ending in 3, 2, 1.